Ken Ofori Atta, the wanted man on the list. Say, I mean, say they say, oh, no more wanted because once say OSP for no flyer one home, a poster, kama, a obituary poster. I throw date in your money nice who know in quite we are with my friend number, you know. She says OSP said they or no more they been wanted because or many Ken Ofori Atta communicate. Ama watch on say or be bad date we now after the treatment, you know. Now letter or trauma OSP. OSP from so the bar want to say oh communication letter ni or say after date we or any surgery new year or be Ghana see na date na washa mo na Ghana for OSP for e say or no more wanted can assign me one. It was some man kind of OSP for the kawa see no. Press release and almost say on 12 February 2025 the special prosecutor declared Kenneth Nana Yaw Ofori Atta, a former Minister of Finance, a wanted person and a fugitive from justice on the ground that he had failed to indicate a reasonable time of his return to the jurisdiction. Although he had been informed by the Office of the Special Prosecutor that he was a suspect in various suspected corruption and related cases, and he had been directed to physically attend the OSP in Accra on the specified date and the specified time for interview. Intended one more date. Said date to be na date no. You see, or in the said junior after say March said na by 31st or say 14th of May and November Ghana from 14th to 30th. Sometimes that date ni OSP no letter ni mumba Afenyo Markin no che say oni Ken Ofori Atta kasama Ken Ofori Atta share date man say sad date we ebedi sad we member Ghana say usua umantie Afenyo Markin.
To assure the nation that this side of the house will do all it can to ensure that the Honorable Ken Ofori Atta avails himself. His lawyers, Mr. Speaker, in a letter dated today, the 18th of February 2025, have written to the OSP, and for the avoidance of doubt, I shall read the content aloud. It's addressed to the Special Prosecutor, our redirection to attend the Office of Special Prosecutor. It reads, we acknowledge receipt of your letter dated the 17th of February 2025. We respectfully indicate that our client's post-mark date for his return cannot be any time before 6 to 8 weeks after the possible surgical intervention in March stated in the Mayo Clinic letter. Our client hopes that taking into account the surgery dated the 20th to 21st of March and recuperation period, he should be able to back to this jurisdiction between 14th May and 30th May 2025. We hope you find this date reasonable and same can guide your office in fixing a date for the in-person attendance of our client to your office for investigation. Having clarified the purpose and length of our client's absence,
Leader.
We hope that the tag of a
Leader.
wanted person.
Hold on, please. Yes, majority leader.
Mr. Speaker.
Say no to Afenyo Markin sir or chair say on the ultimate so on Ken Ofori Atta free on na kasawa or no po watch any date because OSP no one more specific date no so Ken Afenyo Markin cha beba date we no Afenyo Markin e kan wie ya na bufu ye say wo no ad unye Minister of Finance, former Minister of Finance, who MP, who member of the House. In Tadena, who say who data obebano, untumin country OSP na Afenyo Markin na wakache na Afenyo Markin eba become parliament. In Tena Aruna Bufu, and Mr. Haruna, you buff pa or Kasa Enading. In Sa Oche, in some Musa or Martin no money na moment.
Is conveying a communication from the lawyers of Honorable Ken Ofori Atta to this House. So, Speaker, the rules of this House are clear on communications. If you go to Order 65, it is clear on communications to the House. Who qualifies to communicate to the House? And who qualifies to convey the communication to the House? They are clearly spelled out in Order 65 and I think that what he's attempting to do is to convey a communication by the lawyers of Ken Ofori Atta to this House, which is clearly wrong. Mr. Speaker, it is clearly wrong to attempt to be the conveyor of communication from Ken Ofori Atta's lawyers to this House. I think that it is not acceptable, and we cannot accept communication from the lawyers of Ken Ofori Atta to this House. He is not a member of this House. He is not a Minister of State. And so there's no basis for this House to be receiving communication from the lawyers of Ken Ofori Atta. We haven't summoned him before any of our committees. He is not to appear before a committee. We are not investigating him. So on what basis is his lawyers communicating to us when he will come to Ghana and when he will not come to Ghana? So, Mr. Speaker, there is no basis for the communication to this House of the whereabouts of Ken Ofori Atta. And he is not qualified to convey that message to this House. And this House cannot properly receive that message. So I object to that communication being made to this House about the whereabouts of Ofori Atta and when he will come to Ghana. I think the matter is between him and the Office of Special Prosecutor. Let him deal with them. This House is not interested in when he will come and when he will not come. So I object to this communication being made. He can step outside and organize a press conference and tell the whole country what Ken Ofori Atta is saying, but not to this House. So, Mr. Speaker, our orders are very clear. I object. I object.
The watcher don't need the answer because on or kasa by the law. Mudi Juma Parliament on because unya member. Now so Afenyo Markin so cha. Ono na obe jinemu any honorable ekasa honorable chair say date ni date of everybody. Just that no person or brief you mukeke about say sainty waiting na all can but or respected because eba no books no lord no mind dia chairman or your boss win ten on any nko twitwin nsemu bia on pe problem. In time there Ken Ofori Atta said them no ka say onye wanted biom na so although or ye third onye wanted onye full wanted man all the association is wa date said the year him say me no wamba dia OSP me no wamba yes I be declare the wanted man on the list biom OSP for me certain sadibia said the year trying me ne the chonya me ne beba sisi ya ye thank honorable former Minister of Finance Ken Ofori Atta so be ba no be yin sen mama no I organa hasi ya because ye pe accountability no pepepe na asala ebe so message on be den like no ma subscribe comment my aha app na media that's